Hello, everybody. Hey, Otto, Crime, Chris G, Bestie, Lake, 10, Early Riser, Junie, Babs, Nico, Lake. Did I get everybody? Everybody hear me okay? My sound okay? All right. Hey, I missed you guys. How was everybody's weekend? Mine was super, super busy. All you dads have a good Father's Day? I think I only have. I know Otto's a dad. Happy belated birthday, Otto. Cool. I had a busy weekend. Went to my brother's housewarming party Saturday. Went to my son's Sunday because he had a Father's Day cookout. Well, him and his wife did for their dads. Officially 65. Wait a minute. I thought you were going to be 66 because we were saying you didn't look 66. Hey, Sharon. Maybe it's my memory. Yeah, you sure have, Bubba. Did you make a new account? Because I was going through my checking things out the other day. You missed quite a few of my lives for quite a while. I think Nico and Otto and my mods know why. You've made a new account. I don't want to start my live off in a negative way, but hey, you know, it happens sometimes. Because you were hanging out with Benjamin Green a while back. Doggin Greeno and one of my other best buddies, Captain. Yeah, that's why you're in my blocked list. You've made a new account. Bye. Sorry, guys. Just wanted to nip it in the bud right away. I'm sure y'all remember. So, Otto, did you have a good birthday? Yeah, he made a new account. I knew that the other night when he came through, or a few lives ago. I knew he was, you know. And then when I was checking my stuff the other day to make sure everything was on the up and up, I confirmed it. Sometimes I have a good memory auto, but a lot of times I'm an airhead. You all know that too. Oh, Sharon. Let's see. Early riser. You guys, I'm not seeing any comments. Is my internet connection? Let me see. Let me go back. Early riser. I see your comment that you just made, early riser. Yeah, sometimes you have to go back in, out, or go out and come back in and refresh, early riser. That happens to share a lot. I'm glad you're doing better, Sharon. Kids came over, cooked out, had a fire. Awesome. Yeah, I had a good weekend. It was so busy though, man. So busy. So you guys know most of my rules on here, and they still stand the same. Every channel has their own rules. Um, uh, you know, mine and societies are really close, and we like to stay on the topic. I think things got a little confusing on societies the other night for at least one mod or maybe two. I don't know, but most of us know how it's ran over there on her channel. So you know, because a couple trolls came in. We were on a topic and somebody comes in, starts asking about somebody, which a few of us kind of assumed it was going to go that way. But anyway, so on my channel, we like to stay on topic. Sometimes we do, afterwards talk about some things, but you guys know how it's ran. But I want to add something. There's just been a lot of judgment on YouTube lately. Oh, did I miss some people coming in? I'm sorry if I did. I saw somebody say hi to Adam. Hi, Adam. If I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm chatting and I don't always see the comments. There's just been a lot of judgment on YouTube lately. And that was discussed on Society's channel too. We all don't have to agree. Let's be on the same team. I heard that over and over and over again. Don't belittle anybody. I heard that comment. So, so my new rule is, and it's not really new. However, we've still kind of let it go, but no, just let's not bash any YouTubers, okay? We don't have to like them. We can have our feelings about them or whatever, but I don't want any YouTube bashing. Yeah, don't bash anyone. Um, you guys know how I feel about judgment. I just don't like it, and I know that sometimes, uh, it's a fact that we all have been, can be hypocritical at times. It's just our human nature, okay? Because none of us are perfect. We all fall short. But let's try not to be, okay? I mean, you know, especially, it just that's just I just hate judgment. I cannot stand it. It's something I just can't stand. Um, and especially when those of us that call ourselves Christians, and then that's all we do is sit on our channel and judge somebody. So let's just not, okay. Okay, so I got that out of the way. I don't have my camera on tonight, guys, because I got my grandkids, my youngest. Hey, Mel. So, I mean, you guys know how my channels ran, so, and you mods do wonderful, always. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm strict. If you got, if we're strict, I don't know. But when we're on a certain topic, we like to stay there. And when people come in and, so, but I mean, my channels ran pretty much like society's. I think society and I, we don't go for the bashing and we don't go for the veering off on this and that when we're, I mean, once we're done with what we're on, then that's okay. So now, with that all being said, well, we all can be an early riser at times. I mean, we all can. We all do all kinds of, because we all fall short. But so, with that all being said, now, and as I always say, bear with me. Hey, Photo, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Is there, Chris? This case breaks my heart, really. And actually, before Chris asked me to discuss this case, I had come across it. Maybe it had to be before they got a break in it, though. I'm really disgusted by it. And not because of law enforcement, though. Can you imagine that? It's because of the prosecutor and the attorney general. But I'm going to start off by reading this article. I did link sources in the description when I scheduled this, so those of you that wanted to could watch or read. But I'm going to read this article. And let me see. Man, I feel like I'm starting all over. I haven't been on for so long, guys. So let's see. Share my screen. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. So, Vicksburg, Michigan. Wednesday marked 36 years since the death of EriK Cross, a 16-year-old Vicksburg boy who was killed while walking home from a party June 26, 1983. According to retired Kalamazoo Undersheriff Halle, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, Mattis Cross was found dead by his father outside of their family home the next morning. Mattis said the death of Cross was initially thought to be a traffic incident, but further investigation revealed his death was intentional. But that was because I'm saying this isn't in the article, because the family's like, no, something's wrong, something's not right here. So LE looked further into it. Mattis joined the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office in 2009. In the following years, he sat down with detective on the case and read through the details of the investigation. It sure looked like this case was ready to go, Mattis said. Then we got some phone calls that came in that really strengthened our case up really well. Mattis said the office made a push to the public and asked for information on the case. He said the office was inundated with information. We were getting call after call after call, Mattis said. Over 36 years, this case has always rolled back to the same people, the same set of circumstances. The Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office referred the Cross case to the Kalamazoo County Prosecutor's Office. The Sheriff's Office requested the filing of 5 open murder or conspiracy to commit murder charges. Those charges were never filed. In February 2019, the Michigan Attorney General's Office confirmed it was reviewing the case. Kelly Rossman McKinney, the communications director for the Attorney General's Office, said investigation is ongoing. We're, as a community, absolutely pleased that they have it, Matthias said. They're very positive, and we think there will be a positive outcome soon. Okay, well, that article does not say, Angela, I have to go. Sorry, I thought I could sneak on and chat, but there is always no. Okay, thank you for stopping in, Adam. That article leaves out where L.E., I just want you to hear this. Hear me out here, because this is for a little bit later discussion when we're done with this. Leaves out where L.E. had some information they kept to themselves. They did not release to the public. They were waiting for that one tip to come in. When they got it, when they got this information, they said yes. Then they went to the prosecutor and asked for these warrants. Just remember that, okay? So, right, photo. Prosecutors hold a lot of power in their hands, but now the family believes, when I watched the YouTube from True Crime Daily, which is Crime Watch, at first I felt really sorry for his best friend. Well, he calls himself EriK's best friend. You know, because he was crying and he was, you know, and I'm like, oh, this poor guy, you know. But then, you know, I watched other YouTubes. I read other sources. And I had to go back and rewatch that because I misunderstood at first. The girl he went swimming with wasn't his girlfriend. It was just a girl. So I linked the other source by Danelle, was it? And then Hotbox, which it was kind of repetition with him. I mean, they all were kind of the same, but they all added some details in there. I thought really good details, scenarios. I also linked the family Facebook. Exactly, Nico. Exactly. I think he does. For 36 years, L.E. and the family feel strongly that these are the suspects. And in the Brent interview, he says, well, they're looking for answers I don't think they're ever going to find. He should have worded that as, yeah, we can speculate. I mean, he could have just worded it wrong by mistake, but he should have said, they keep looking at me for answers they're not going to find. Or they're not going to find these answers from me because I didn't have anything to do. I don't, you know, I thought that interview was pretty telling myself. I mean, this family for this entire time and up to June 20th, like 2 days ago, guys, 2 days ago, they had a walk for EriK. Kadeen, what? Will I do a video for Garrett rules? What? Hey, society, how are you doing, girl? I'm doing good. I had a super busy weekend. I've been off here for so long, I feel like I'm starting over, kind of. No, no, I'm not talking about any of that stuff, Kadeen. Kadeen, I'm not trying to be rude, but you see what my topic's about. You know, you've done this like 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm talking about, and you come in here in the middle of my stream and you just plop stuff out. I'm sure there's, and there, no, I'm sure, I know 100%. There's tons of other YouTubers right now talking about this crap going on in our world right now. You came to the wrong channel for that. Well, hey guys, you know, it's my first night back, so I can expect trolls. So back to what I was saying is, you know, this family is fighting so hard to get this solved. I mean, 2 days ago, and they do this every single year, they did a Justice for EriK Cross walk. But I'm really disgusted because what's going on? LE. Now, society, you weren't here for this. And I said, this is for later discussion at the end of this, and you may have to go because you're I know you have to get up early, but what Ellie did in this case was they held some information. They didn't let it out to the public. They didn't. All these tips kept coming in. They were waiting for the right information, the right tip. They finally got it. In 2019, am I correct, Chris? 2019. No, 17. It was 2017, right? I get confused. 3 years ago. They finally got that right tip. And they said, okay, this is what we were waiting on. This is what we were waiting on. And they took it to the prosecutor. The prosecutor's not doing anything with it. But for 36 years, Ellie has known, and I mean, they've got these 5 suspects and the family, and they're not doing anything with it. And the attorney general, it's really heartbreaking. And I mean, the family is just really, I mean, they've got billboards up. They've got YouTube. They got the Facebook. I mean, they're so angry at, especially Brent Spalding and Amber Thomas. Is it Masick? Chris says, I don't think Kadeen is a troll. They just forgot to look at topic. Okay. Give her the benefit of the doubt. Or him. I don't know. But this is what's the third time, Chris, so. But you might be right. Yeah, society. That happened. And then, so you know what I'm thinking, right? So, and we're going to talk about that later. But anyway, my heart breaks for this family. 36 years. I mean, my heart breaks. And he died of a horrible, horrible death. And then his body was found by his dad right out front of his house. And his dad wakes up, goes to fetch the newspaper, sees his shoe, looks a little bit further, sees his horribly, brutally murdered body. I can't even imagine. Unblock who, crime? I didn't block. Unblock who? Yes, Lake, that's true. I didn't block Kadeen. I didn't block her or him. I don't know. I'm sorry. I blocked Bubba Flannery. That's the only person I've blocked. I haven't blocked anybody else tonight, honey. Yeah, the time scare. Yeah, the time frame society is terrifying, right? I mean, I'm thinking, please, no, no, no. One thing I want to say though, hey, hon. Oh, he done went downstairs. I forget his name already. Some of EriK's pictures remind me of. You remember the Partridge Family? The good-looking guy. He went on to be a musician, I think, and doggone. My husband looked it up for me last night. I can't remember his name now, but anyway, he kind of reminds me of him. EriK Cross does. Yeah, was that his name on the show? What's his name in real life, though? Photo. Yes, though he calls himself Lucifer. Brent does. Let's get through this first part. We usually BS chat later on the program. You can ask then, or Angie will ask for topics for a later date. Yes, Otto. Oh, you blocked her. Someone timed out. Okay, she'll come back then. 5 minutes. She'll come back then. David Cassidy. Thank you, Sharon. Yes. In some of his pictures, he reminds me of him. I was looking at his pictures, and because everybody, his family and people were saying how good looking of a kid he was, and I was looking at some of his pictures, and I'm like, oh, he reminds me of that guy, and but I couldn't, and I was telling my husband about it last night, and he was agreeing with me that that's who he looks like, and then he Googled it, and he. Yes, crime and innocence, but the family says that they brutally beat him before they did that. And some of the people on YouTube are saying that they didn't really mean for it to go that far. They just wanted to teach him a lesson. And I'm thinking, well, wow. I mean, how did they not think it would go that far? I've seen where there's compromise in this case by the Kalamazoo County prosecutor. Just kidding. I think there's something going on. And his Brent Spalding's car disappeared the very next day. And they think that's where his dad comes in. His dad's name is Brian Spalding Sr. Exactly. I think, now I haven't seen I haven't seen it, but I'm not seeing his dad anymore, I think his dad has passed away, EriK's dad. I see his mom and his sister. So I hope and I pray that, justice will come before his mom passes. Yes, crime. Yes, it started at a party, and they blame his best friend because his best friend took him to this party. He was the last one to see him, and EriK was talking to Brent Spalding's girlfriend. I guess they're supposedly, Brent thought they were flirtatious, and Bill says, hey, well, first of all, Bill says, I was protecting him at the party or something. So, well, why did he feel he needed to protect him anyway? But then he says, hey, he was sitting in a lawn chair and he says, hey, I'm going to go swim with this girl or a girl. And then he came back and he couldn't find him. That was the last time he saw him. It would be 10, but they can't find the car. It disappeared the very next day. Society says so sad, and I'm so tired of hearing these same types of scenarios. No justice, yet they have what they need. Exactly. Exactly. But in this case, Ellie was very dedicated, steadily working on it. And it's the prosecutor and the attorney general. And I keep saying, I keep playing it in my mind. Why? Why? They have everything. They were waiting on, they were waiting on the right information and they finally got it. And so why? Okay, crime, I understand. I hope, I don't know if we're getting it here. I hope it doesn't happen here, guys. If I just, you'll know why. 10's getting it. It may come my way. Oh, good point, Photo. Both. I would agree on that it's both. It was the weapon. Jeff Getting compromised the case. We don't know how much damage to the case. Yeah, be safe, crime. Be very safe and careful. It probably is, Photo. I think somebody might have mentioned that somewhere. I think I saw that. They checked the lake, it was not there. Oh, yes, Chris. Amber Thomas Masick, she's one of the main suspects. That's Brent's girlfriend. And they say she had set up some other guys, actually, but not to this extent. Yes, Nick, Amber was in the car. I may be way off, but these newer, younger prosecutors who haven't had the experience are probably intimidated to try the case. Well, you might not be. I'm just sitting here thinking. I'm just thinking. You have a good point, society. Right, photo. It's hard telling what they did with that car. But Brent's dad was at his house that night, too. See, Bill said he went back to Brent's house that night because he dated Brent's sister. He said Bill Cook, which is or was EriK's best friend, said I went back to Brent's house because I dated his sister and Brent was there. But I fell asleep. I don't know what happened. And he said the whole community hates me. They blame me. Yes, Chris. Well, Brent was known as the school bully, the town bully. Yes, that's a good point too, photo. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Something's going on though, somewhere, in my opinion. Something's not right. I mean, he's went to jail on other charges, but just little bits, right? Just on like stalking charges. Can't remember what the other, but not. I mean, maybe enough to show that they're not. Uh, oh, what am I trying to say? Oh, that he gets out of things. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's kind of where my mind's going right now. I mean, something's not right. Are we? Okay. So if I lose you guys, you'll know why. And I'm sorry. I hope not. I hope it doesn't happen. Sometimes it doesn't, you know, sometimes it doesn't touch our power, it doesn't touch our internet, and then Sometimes it does, and then other days there's nothing going on and our power goes out for, boy, I sure hope it doesn't go out. My grandkids will just, my youngest especially. Oh, you got that right, photo. Well, his dad heard somebody banging on the door, so he was intoxicated. Did he lose his keys? Did he forget he had his keys? Couldn't get in, and then yeah, she lured him back out that way. I mean, there was Brent was in the car, Amber was in the car, Tim Martin was in the car. They think Bill was also in the car. Some speculation says that Brent threatened Bill into going along with them by, hey, I know you went swimming with that girl and you're dating my sister. And if you don't go along with us, I'm going to tell my sister. I mean, stranger things have been heard of, but I'm sitting there thinking, I'm listening to this stuff and I'm like, what? I mean, if this is true, people, I mean, really, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Y'all know I've done some bad things in my life, but I mean, man, that beats all integrity. Because I'm sitting there thinking, I would not do that to my best friend for nothing. I mean, I don't care. I mean, that would sober me up real fast. I don't care if how intoxicated I was. That would sober me up real fast. I mean, tell my boyfriend, tell my husband. I don't care. You're talking about my best friend. Hell no. But that's what they're saying. And you know what, guys, we have looked at so many horrific crimes and people have killed for less. So, candle party at Angie's, photo says. Well, Brent is a stalker, and then he shoved the girl. Um, I don't think I should have linked the family's YouTube, although it's in on their Facebook. If any of you check their Facebook out, it shows them in court. I mean, it's like, wow, you can take a camera into Michigan courts, because they did. The family did. And he's in there for one stalking charge, and he's apologizing to the judge. He's saying, I'm sorry, I promise I'm not going to do it again, blah blah blah. Then he's back in there for another one and saying that it's like this. He's giving the same speech again for it, and at that time he got physical with the person. um, Drugs too, I think he, yeah, drugs. They didn't go into Tim Martin's background. Amber is now, um, she works in a dental office with kids. Yeah, his dad heard him knock, like, rattling the door, knocking on, and he just thought, well, he's coming in like another night. So he thought he came home. EriK's dad. He thought EriK had just come home, and so he thought he was home. And then at 5 o'clock, he hears a loud motor, do like a U-E in his driveway and take off. And well, he didn't think much of that either. Then he went out to get the newspaper, and that's what he found. Oh, I know, 10. I know, man. We never locked our doors back then. Never. When I was growing up. Never. So when I see these crimes happening way back then, and I'm thinking, man, I was only this old. And it's like, wow, it freaks me out. Well, Chris, I mean, I'm telling you, this case, it's what I want to do is I want to somehow, they're not getting any response from, I guess the prosecutor has responded some, but they're not getting anything at all. No response, not one, nada from the attorney general. Somehow I want to like flood, although I know she's already been flooded because I mean the family and the whole community. I mean, it's a small town. Like back then, I think they said the population was 2,000 or 2,000 and something. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want somehow to I want to get this person to talk or answer some questions. I was 13 when it happened, Chris. You youngin'. Well, they all were. Crime, they all were. Okay, early riser. Be safe and thank you for coming, sweetheart. Possibly, Chris. I could email her. I don't know if it's in her area or not, but I mean, she is from there. I'm sure she's probably more familiar than we are. I need to email her. Um, there's just something very suspicious in my opinion. Yes, cold truth. They brutally beat him. Then they tied him to the uh um oh man, I've lost my train of thought. They tied him to the back of the car, drug him down the road, then they ran over him. And then they left him for his dad to come out and see in the morning. Right, 10. Very fishy photo. You would think crime, but does this Brent guy have power or something over all these people and then over, I mean, who are, I don't know. Yeah, torturous. You're right, like, No, Mel, I don't think one of them was a cop's kid, unless I missed something. But LE was like, they were invested. They steadily worked it. They waited for the right tip. They held back information. They did not release information to the public. They were waiting for the right information to come in. They got it, and then they said, "Bam," and they turned it over to the prosecutor. It's the prosecutors that are not doing their job. And you could tell when he was interviewed years later, you could tell, man, he wanted to just blast the prosecutors, that cop. You could tell he wanted to just, but right crime. Exactly. When I heard them say that, I thought, man alive, man alive. Exactly, Mel. Oh yes, and yeah, they've all taken the code of silence. Them and people in the community, and it's almost like the prosecutors have. Exactly, 10. Yes, you see that, yeah, over and over and over when you research this case. The cops say that, the family says that, people in the community say that. Hmm. So, what's going on? Exactly, Chris. Yes, exactly. What, so, I mean, but, we've seen other cases, like I said all along. The Delphi case is not the only one where the cops are tight-lipped and keep things close to their vest. We've discussed quite a few here, but when I heard them say that, I was like, whoa, whoa. But I sure don't want to see Delphi go this long either. Right, Chris. Right, Nico. Oh man, crime. Oh man, gosh, I was like, oh. But you know what? There's people out there that are just, and I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. And I don't care who I tick off, but it's truth. There's people out there that are bashing the cops, and blaming the cops that Delphi's not solved and stuff because they're not releasing more and this and that. But you know what? What if they do? What if they do, people? Is it going to get solved? Or are they going to have every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming in and saying, oh, I was there. Oh, I seen that person. I seen that person. Oh, it's Joe Black, or it's this person or that person, or it's all these people that have been falsely accused already, or it's, people don't understand that they just can't release more. And I know the case has been confusing. I get it. But they know what they're doing. I just trust and believe that. I do. And the families trust them with everything. And they only got one shot. They only got one shot. Now, hopefully, when somebody is brave enough, if they even know, to come forward, hopefully our prosecutor doesn't do what this prosecutor's doing. And I don't think he will. I don't. I really don't. I hope he doesn't. That is the cold truth, Mel. It is the cold truth. I just get, I know it is frustrating. It is. It's so frustrating because we're coming upon how many years now? And those two little girls and their families deserve justice. But they got to get it the only way that they can. And but like I said, like Crime said, man, when I heard that, I was like, dang, there you freaking go. But no, I don't want it to take that long to get that information. But also, at the same time, what is going on in Vicksburg, Michigan, that nobody will talk? Like Crime said, she's moved on. She's not even with this dude anymore. She's got her own life now. She's got her own family. Why not just tell? They've said, we'll give you immunity if you'll tell everything. What has she got to lose? Her life. What is Bill Cook? He says he's his best friend. If he was involved, what have these people got to lose? Right, Chris? 3 years. I mean, this family in Michigan, they're angry. I mean, they are angry. I don't know. Have any of you looked at the Facebook page? Have any of you looked? They're angry now. The the community that wants justice is firing ass, angry. I don't blame them. So sometimes I wonder, I mean, is it because it's been so long that they're angry? Have they always been angry? Because, I mean, yeah, I still like to research more on this. I'd like to, why isn't, never mind, I'm not going to say it. I think y'all know what I'm thinking. I wasn't going to say anything about families. I was going to say, why isn't, I mean, and I'm not going to say they're not, because I've seen interviews. I've seen recent interviews. Delphi's angry too. Some. And I know the family's angry. But I think, the Vicksburg, Michigan, other than the ones that are under the, this code of silence, they're angry. If they knew they could get away with it, this is how angry they are. They wouldn't have to worry about. They take justice in the matter of their own hands. You still got your drink right there? You still got your drink right there? Right, Lake. I am too, Chris. I am too. The photo you're talking about, the Delphi case, exactly. But also, they can't just go. No, it's probably Oliver. Um, they also can't let the killer get off on a technicality either. The difference between the two cases here is that everybody knows who the killers are, and not nobody, but they're not being charged or arrested. Hey. Yeah, photo. Randy's live. Yes, yes, that sounds familiar too, man. I know. So, yeah, Mel, yeah, sounds very familiar. Ray Hannish, and that's another person. That's another one I'd like to talk to. I want some answers from. I was listening to your live, and it's like, man, how can we get some answers from him? How can we, it really upsets me because Robert Guy's been a prosecutor for a long time, and he used to be, in my opinion, years ago, a pretty good prosecutor. What's his deal? It can't all be about the freaking cost. Come on. From Newton County to White County, Or I mean, yeah, yeah, from Newton County, White County. I mean, come on, something's up. We know what's up. I mean, no, if you just call him, he's gonna hang up on you. So it's like, and then if you walk in there, you probably ain't gonna get to talk to him. But like, yeah, I was thinking about that the other night when you were on your live talking. Yes, I will. Quit eating those things. They're making your mouth hot. So, if it happened in Colorado, it would have already been a wrap. Yeah, you're right, Nico. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. No. Pickles. Then we got this case here, and we don't know who. Very similar. I mean, everybody knew. Ellie knew. Here in Carroll County, people have their, whatever. I truly believe Ellie knows that they need what those cops needed. Right, Chris. That's true. Not trying to say this to be mean, but look how much money has been spent on Delphi. Ray is just as important. The cost effect statement makes me so mad. Bam, like, so very true. Actually, quite a few of his statements make me mad. Quite a few of his statements make me mad. So, like every gay man, their lifestyle, that's what we can expect to happen. I mean, what did you think? I mean, really? All these kids in that car that night knows what happened. Charge them all with conspiracy to commit murder. If it was an accident, why not say so? But how could it be with rope burns? Exactly, 10. Ramsey case is about political power, money, and reputations. Well, well. I can't say nothing to that photo. I mean, I'm not talking about the Ramsey case. Yeah, Chris. Something. It's about something. Same story with Spear case, bond of secrecy. Hold on, guys. Chit chat. Don't eat no more of those. Okay? All I do is burn you anyway. Oops. Okay? I don't know why you like hot things. Don't touch your eye again. Okay. Sorry, guys. My grandson loves hot stuff, and he's eating Takis. Then he touched his eye. So, it's just why I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand why they're not being charged. Oh, I know that. You know what? I knew that, Chris, and I spelled it wrong. Oh, I'm such a dork. I'm surprised. Surprised I don't have. I need to edit that when I get done. Surprised I don't have people commenting. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, but they're fining them, photo. Is that why they're getting money that way? I call him photo because it's shorter for me. I call everybody shorter. Well, they might have, Chris. I'm not saying anything. Really? And I see people doing it all the time too. All the time. I was wondering, crime, when you said that. Been there, done that. I remember one time, and this is not illegal. My brother, you guys just made me remember something, so I have to say it. We were driving in Lafayette, and knows what I'm talking about. It was on Brady Lane, and it was at the tracks because they still have tracks out there. Um, before, no, 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 no. We were on 18th, coming upon Brady Lane, and so there's tracks right there, and the city bus was stopping at the tracks, and there's two lanes there, and it was in the right hand lane, and I was in the second, the left lane, and I went on across the tracks, and those tracks were horrible at that time. I mean, bumpy, bumpy, so we flew up, I wasn't going that fast, and my brother grabs the dash real hard because he was scared because he thought he's like, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. I said, what? He goes, past that bus. And this was years ago. Anyways, that popped in my memory and it made me laugh. If you knew my brother, you'd laugh too. I'm like, it's not illegal to go around a city bus. I said, it's two lanes. And, I said, that's a school bus. Anyways, it was funny. That's okay, Chris. You didn't have to tell us that. But my son doesn't either. Actually, neither do my two of my stepsons don't either. What are you apologizing for? Crime just because you reminded me of something? Or because you made me think? Crime's introduction is live. Oh, you stepped on my toes? You want me to sign off? Hey, speaking of, Radar done a video on Amaya, like a slideshow, so she knows how to do that stuff. I messaged her. I'm like, hey, that's awesome. But how do you do that? Cool, Chris. A lot of people do. Well, I know how to upload a video, but I don't know how to do like slideshows. Is that what you did, Crime? I mean, I don't know how to do an intro. I don't. You mean you know how to do an intro already? Ah, I feel like so tiny right now. It was great, wasn't it, Chris? Well, I called Kat um, last week. I was talking to him, and I told him, he's like, "Hey, yeah, anytime, come on over. Just let me know first. So I'm here." He's like, "We got the pool up, the gazebo." I was telling him how bad the mosquitoes are here. He said they're not bad over there. Like, must be nice. It's got to be all the woods around here. He said he'd help me. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, radars is pretty cool, Sharon. Jess was on. I didn't see that. Um, hold on. the link for you. Takes me forever to find her. Actually, I think I have to go through my notifications. Oh yeah, I got your notification, Crime. There is Radars. She doesn't do videos very often, but it is very sad, Sharon. I mean, it is. It's sad. You're welcome. The Amaya baby from Indianapolis photo. So yeah, that's what I was going to talk about later. But y'all kind of, it kind of all hit you like it hit me. You kind of figured it out. I mean, they were waiting on that one tip, certain information. When they got it, they were like, "Okay, here we go. We got enough to go to the prosecutor." Well, they keep saying they're waiting on that one. Um, and everybody wants them to release more info, and I understand why they don't, and they can't. And they knew who their suspects were too. I believe Delphi's Delphi knows who theirs are, and they're waiting on, you know, they're waiting on that one piece. I mean, this is just my opinion. Um, I, I don't believe. I mean, if it is, yay. That means they can't go. They can't. Then that means they can't kill anymore. But I don't believe their suspect is in jail. Um, I don't think they would have went to the John Walsh show. But I don't know because they have. It has been way confusing in this case. So I believe they need a confession or someone to place them there that day. And they have to give them exact specifics, the info they have, or like somebody said, only what the killer knows. And I go back and forth on, you know, the big discussion is, are they local or not? I go back and forth on that because, we talk about hiding in plain sight, and man, does his own family even know? I mean, everybody says, well, Delphi's only got this many people, or Carroll County's got this many people, or the surrounding county, blah, blah, blah. But BTK's daughter didn't even know he was doing it. Nobody knew. Um, so, I mean, I think there is a possibility that he's living right, you know? But then I go back and like, no, man, somebody would have, you know. So my opinion on that is I really don't know on that. But I mean, I don't know anything for certain. None of us do, right? I do believe Ellie knows, though. I do believe that. Oh, Sharon, yes. Those pics are pretty. And I mean, she done that video beautifully. Chris says, I'm sorry for stealing your thunder. Who are you talking to, Chris? Chris, so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. Crime community is lucky to have y'all. I don't know how, I don't know how, because that family's been fighting, and that a lot of that community's been fighting for those prosecutors to talk and respond. Oh man, I gotta check this out. Tippecanoe County scanner mentioned me in a comment. Hold on. They asked me why I was yelling. I said, I'm not yelling. I was just stressing certain words. I said, I just didn't think what was funny that happened in my hometown, your community. They posted a video of Best Buy, and then they said, uh, by the way, something about a laugh at the end of the video. I didn't even watch the video. I saw it live streamed the night it happened. I didn't think it was funny. So that's what I said. I'm glad the Tippecanoe County scanner, because they posted it, thinks it's funny. Photo leaving. Good night, everyone. I need to be up and out early. Good night, Photo. Be safe. Oh, really, 10? I didn't know that. I just know the mosquitoes out here are terrible, man. Oh, those bracelets do, Mel? I'm going back up. Aw, thank you, Crime. Let the thunder roll and the lightning strike. Yeah, I like storms, especially at night when I'm sleeping. My Laney must have fell asleep. Oh, that's nice, Tin. Oh, Otto, I watched his latest one too. And I actually, because he's not my, like, you know, I mean, I don't have nothing against him, but, I like John Douglas. But I did subscribe to him, not all, but, the personalized. And he popped up, and it was where he was interviewed. Is that the last one? And I found it interesting. And he, I didn't know all that about him. It was really interesting and everything. But, that he was an addict and that, and then he went and volunteered, and then he became, it was a very interesting video. But he's not an FBI profiler, as a lot of people thought he was. So, a lot of people thought he was working with the Delphi case with the police because they thought he was an FBI profiler. But he did finally answer that question. No, I'm not an FBI profiler. I mean, he is pretty, intelligent, but I found that video really interesting. As I didn't know a lot of that about him, but to answer your question, Otto, I wonder that too. But the thing is, you know what stinks, guys, is that a lot of these freaking places, I think it was Lake that told us about a murder at a gas station, wasn't it? And all they had was dummy cameras, or a lot of these cameras, they tape over and over and over. Oh, Chris, you're sweet all the time. Yeah, you would think they would check all of that. It's the thing is, you know, do they tape every single day and preserve that video, or do they tape over it? That's what a lot of, yeah, or fake. Right, like as I remembered you. I hope they changed it now. And maybe that could be why they know who it is. It could be that, but it doesn't prove they were there. You know what I mean? Yeah, they were in that area that day. They were here, and they were there. Well, we saw them here. We got them here. But guess what? The most remote place, and people say it's not remote, I'm sorry. I'm going to disagree with everybody. It is too. Once you get past those signs, I mean, I don't know what people say are what people's thinks, think are remote and isn't remote, but once you get past those signs, it is too. I mean, there's nothing out there, but you're on dirt road and woods, and yeah, you can see the road, a road that not too many people travel on. And then you can see, the mayor's proper, and stuff. I mean, if that's not remote, I don't know. And then you're on that bridge over water where you can't go anywhere but one way or another. And if somebody's behind you, where you going? And then, I mean, if that's not remote, what is? And there's no cameras out there. So they can't place him there for, I mean, they don't have proof except for on that phone. And the man on that phone dresses like everybody around here. Everybody. I can go right up to the gas station every day and see quite a few men sitting at the tables dressed just like him. He wasn't dressed out of the ordinary. We're missing a lot of people tonight, guys. Where's everybody at? Aren't we? I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, we are. Radar, as usual. So, anybody? Oh yeah, Cher. Where's Cher? Hope she's okay. True crime. There's Cher. Where you been, girl? But I was getting ready to say. So, anybody have anything else to say or questions? Oh, I know, Nick. None of them's been right, have they? Well, give that mall hugs and fishing. I hate fishing. Otto loves fishing. Lake likes fishing. I like fish though. I like I like catfish and I like cod. I don't like tilapia. Ugh. I'll tell you what I'm sick of is the courts being delayed. I heard that too. Caught a few, preferably from a boat. Pontoon. I don't think I've ever been on a pontoon. I've never been on a canoe, and I've never been in a kayak. I'm scared to go on a kayak. That's what I've been told. Like, I like tubing though. Crime. You're funny. Is it, Nico? I don't know. Ten, and that's what scares me. I get worried that it'll turn over and get stuck in there. That sounds like fun crime. Well, you coming and visit. Man, we gotta start planning for our round table, guys. Right, Chris. So I'm not sure what I'm going to discuss tomorrow night. You know, maybe just a little chit chat. But I mean, we got to figure out somehow. This case really. I mean, we can maybe touch on a little bit of everything tomorrow. This case. Um, I mean, uh, Ray, because somehow I want to figure out how we can talk to Robert Guy. I want him to kind of clarify those answers somehow that he gave to Bangert. Yeah, 10, I know. Fish off on the Mississippi River for walleye. Oh, I think I like walleye too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe those prosecutors in Michigan haven't heard from any out of staters, I mean, maybe that would, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow maybe we'll just talk about a little bit of everything. Does that sound good, guys? I've not been on for a while, and I still got a lot of research to do on some things, so. Oh, my grandkids were here. Well, they are here. I mean, they're still here. I probably won't be able to show my face tomorrow either. Well, I don't know. They want to stay. I don't know if their mom's going to let them. Well, one, I don't know what's going on. I know the youngest wants to stay. I hope you can too, Cher. Okay, then. So tomorrow will be just a little bit of everything. So I'm going to sign off, guys. I thank you all for being here. Sure have missed you. Thank you all for being so wonderful. Yeah, it's late, 10. Well, shoot, Cher says. I'll be back tomorrow, Cher, I promise. Okay, guys. I'm going to say goodnight. You too, Otto. Y'all have a great rest of the night. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Have a great day tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow evening. Good night.